Hello, crispy friends. Abby Gatling here, founder of Crisp Communications, and I'm bringing you this edition of the Crisp Monthly on such a glorious day. You can hear the birds tweeting out my window. Uh, it is sunny and the rain is gone. Let's keep it that way. I want to thank you firstly for tuning in to this edition. As always, this is our monthly newsletter where we try and provide as much value as possible in terms of updates, marketing news, and tips for you to be able to take to level up your marketing. And let's jump straight into it. I've got some marketing news for you, which will be kind of interesting and might change up your marketing strategies a little bit. So let's talk about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a really popular tactic to be using, which a lot of our clients are. If you are working with professionals, LinkedIn is a really great place to be. If that's your target market, LinkedIn is the place to be. So interestingly, LinkedIn has released its latest report about facts and figures and updates and all that sort of jazz. And what was really interesting to me in this latest report is that the numbers of people who are using LinkedIn is continuing to grow, and they are actually putting down the number of users and the level of engagement. They're putting down the increase to the newsletter feature. They think that that is a really key component as to why the numbers are continuing to rise. So because of that, they've invested a lot in adding new functionality to this LinkedIn newsletter feature. And these are things like making it a larger proportion of the screen. We actually logged into LinkedIn. So it's really drawing your eye to that section of the page. They are adding in new creator features such as AI, better links, and most importantly, they are doing a lot of work around their notifications. So they're really prioritizing notifications for these newsletters. So that is to say that if you create a newsletter on LinkedIn and you have people subscribing to that newsletter, it will help you push out these notifications because they want it to be successful. New feature, they want it to be successful, so they'll actually back you on this one. So good time to consider whether you should add in LinkedIn newsletters to your marketing mix. Reach out if you have any questions about that one. So let's talk a little bit about AI. We are always talking about AI, and there are going to be continue to be updates because the space is just moving so quickly, and there's so much information. But the most important information you can get here in these newsletters. And today I wanted to talk about X, and the AI feature on X. They've got a tool called Grok. And it's gone into a little bit of, I don't know, turbulent waters. So basically, everyone is scrambling to add AI into their platforms, into their systems, because it is the hot thing and it is building some efficiencies for businesses. And, X is no different. So recently, they've done a new version of their AI, Grok, and this now can generate images and videos through AI. And Elon, being Elon, he has said he wants it without restrictions. So there's fewer restrictions on this generation, AI generation, than other platforms. And that sounds great in theory. However, it has meant that people have been able to generate images of things like politicians and celebrities and copyrighted brands. And this obviously brings around some issues. Here in Australia, there have been some issues with politicians being deep fakes like that and dancing all over the place. No one's happy about it. So while I don't think X is actually super relevant at the moment, people are leaving it in droves. It is kind of a cautionary tale is that even if this AI functionality is available to you, you really do have to think twice about how you use it because sometimes it's not the most ethical way. All right, now let's talk about video because video is so important and we use it in all of our marketing. And what is happening recently is that vertical video rules. So the rise of the vertical video, the ones that you can watch on your phone, designed to be consumed on a mobile device with a vertical screen, that is completely on the rise. The popularity for this type of video is meteoric. In fact, the most recent Democratic National Convention now is actually going to be streamed in vertical video rather than the traditional horizontal landscape video format. So that they're doing that so they can stream it across all the platforms, TikTok, Instagram, because that's where their target audience is. They're trying to get that younger demographic, and they know that people are consuming videos on their phones mostly. So a lot of people are moving away from the traditional formats into vertical videos. Will you be making that move as well? Good thing to consider, but it really does depend on your target audience and the type of information that you're delivering. So that's enough marketing news. Let's talk about the number one inquiry that happened at Chris this month. This is kind of an interesting one because it's always about the trends of like what is important to people and what's important to businesses. So for the last month, social media has been, the top of everyone's talk list with me. And, social media is really a necessary part of the marketing mix, but many businesses actually don't know what to do with their socials. It is hard to try and distill your business into a brand with a tone of voice and a personality, and that's what you need to go on social. So we get a lot of inquiries about social media, about how to get people's businesses online and actually get people to engage with them. So really, quite often it doesn't really matter too much about like what you actually post, as long as you remember these three key things. The first thing is that you need to be authentic. So this is an opportunity to showcase your business. You don't want to be just recreating the latest, TikTok trend or sharing a random meme that you find to be funny if it has nothing to do with your business. It needs to be authentic to you and authentic to your business. Number two, you need to keep your audience in mind. I know that sounds crazy, but a lot of people forget it. It's the fundamentals of marketing. And so when you're deciding what to post on your socials, you really should be considering, is this going to be valuable to my target audience? So before I post, I like to reflect and be like, I kept one of my clients in mind, and I go, would that client find this content useful? If I say no, if I think no, I don't post it. If I think yes, then go ahead. You get the 2 thumbs up to go ahead and post it. And three, the third thing that you need to remember if you're going to be doing socials yourself is to be consistent. So not only does this impact the cohesiveness of your brand, I'm talking about you need to be consistent in terms of your graphics, the tone of voice that you use in your captions, in your videos, and also your posting schedule. So this affects the cohesiveness of your brand, as I said before, but actually generating some guidelines around consistency. So consistency in terms of the look and feel of your graphics, what type of language you want to use, and how often you want to post. That is going to make it so much easier for you to be consistent on your socials. And in fact, I've actually added an article about that a little bit further below if you want to read more about that one. So, social media does not have to be complicated, but it does need to be done. It is really an essential part of most people's marketing strategies because it helps boost your online presence, it enhances your searchability, and it allows clients to get to know your business before they even get to meet you. But most importantly, it is important to do social media because it will make Google love you. That should be the only reason, really, because it will make Google love you and it will act to promote you and your business. Anyway, I know this probably sounds like a lot, but if this does sound like too much for you and you think social media is just a little bit too difficult for you in this current space, just reply to this email and we can have a chat, because at Crisp, we do offer a done for you service for social media, which we will prepare a strategy, we'll craft your content, and we can even post on your behalf if you want. Easy as all you need to do, give us the logins, and then you sit back and relax, and we do all the hard work for you. So yeah, simply reply if you'd like to know a little bit more about that, if you want to have a chat about handing over your socials to us. Well, that's it for me for this month. Thank you so much for tuning in. If there is something you'd like to know about and you'd like to see in the next edition, send me a message. Happy to present on this next time. And yeah, always keen to make this as valuable as possible for you. So until next month, take care.